And if he does, he's going to have hell to pay.
Well, no. You're going to find a big fat zeros happening. Maybe those conservatives, homophobic chiefs of staffs will resign, but it's about time.
The leaders of his own party, Gephardt, Mitchell.
Out! Get him out of here. We don't need homophobic attitudes in this country. This is a great country today because we got a liberal president.
Wait a minute. You were saying
it's time for everybody to be treated equal, and that's what's going to happen in this next 4 years.
But we don't want to tear the military apart, do we?
No, you're going to weave out all the jerks that are in there right now. You're going to have harmony in the military right now. You already have it right now. Everybody knows what's going on in the military.
You told
me, more open about it.
David, you told me the last time you were on this show that only we conservative Republicans were homophobic and were against letting the gays into the armed forces. Now we have a liberal Democratic president, and we have...
And he's not very liberal.
We have liberal Democrats like... Hold it. We have liberal Democrats like Mitchell and Gephardt and Foley, and they are telling President Slick Willie that it would be a mistake to lift the ban on homosexuals.
Maybe it's because
those are liberal Democrats.
Maybe they're afraid that they'll be outed and become out of the closet. Maybe that might be what's going on. Who cares about these people? What's important is the people that are in those Democrats right now, and they don't have a problem. It's like the guy that came out on 2020 on Nightline. He went back. They finally, the court ordered the military to let him back in. He's been back in, what, for a week now? He hasn't had any problems whatsoever. It's his hysteria up in the chief of staff that's causing all the problems.
All right, let me wind up this segment, and then we'll come back and get some comments from the audience. Let me quote a Democratic senator, Sam Nunn, who says, quote, Democrat, I repeat, Democrat Sam Nunn, a close friend to our new president, quote Sam Nunn, we've got to consider not only the rights of homosexuals, but also the rights of those who are not homosexual and who give up a great deal of their privacy when they go into the military.
Hey,
I'll be right back.
Too.
P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. Okay.
Years ago, I used to do lectures up and down the coast at colleges and universities on homosexuality.
Yeah.
I was invited to go on Camp Pendleton base and do a lecture, and as word spread around, more people wanted to come, and they ended up having it in the theater. This was a few years ago. There was a general that came up to me after the lecture was over. I did a 3-hour lecture, and he told me, he said, you know what? He said, when I learned what the topic was going to be about, I wasn't going to show up. But I did. And in 3 hours, you changed a lifetime of belief and misconception that I had about homosexuality, and I see it as no big thing.
Wait a minute. He was probably already gay.
See, make an assumption, Wally, make an assumption. The problem isn't about allowing gays in the military. The problem is people's misconception, their own homophobic ignorance, whatever. I don't want to bleep out.
The problem is...
That's what the problem is. People think one thing about homosexuality, sex. There's more to it than that. We function just like you guys do. We do the same thing you guys do. We pay taxes. We have a right to defend this country just like anybody else.
All right, let's go to the audience and get some questions. Yes, our first person for the audience. Yes, let's have your name and your question.
I'm Steve, and I'd like to ask Sweetie here.
Never mind, no, just the question.
Take your hat off.
Go ahead.
How do you expect our country to be victorious in war when the guy fighting next to you isn't fighting but checking you out?
Yeah! Once again, we're back to ignorance.
Let him answer.
Buddy, you wish they were checking you out.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't give you the time of day.
Well, why don't you answer?
That's not going to happen. Believe me, if I was on the front line and somebody was shooting at me, I'd have my gun loaded, shooting right back. You would probably be checking us out.
Yeah. All right. Okay, yes, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Wally? My name's John Cockstone, and I'd like to ask Mr. Gadberry here.
All right.
Exactly, and everybody else, actually.
Well, we know what mentality
Bill Clinton to say who can and who cannot fight in a war when he didn't even have the balls to go himself?
Who said? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. He has a right, just like you have a right, to go or not to go. If you were going to be drafted back then,
I'd be there.
Obviously, you probably would have been a draft dodger.
No,
So that's
he
what
wouldn't.
it's like.
Not like
No,
me.
he
Oh,
look at him.
He
Who
would have
won
been
it?
there.
Look at yourself. Nice pants.
Hey, he has a right to not
Don't
go into the
insult my
military, or he
audience.
doesn't have to go in the military. Okay? Bottom line,
Hey,
he
pal.
has that right.
Hey, listen, you make a lot of sense, and thanks for coming down. Yeah. All right, next. Okay, yes. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Yes, sir. Quiet, please. Yes, sir, go ahead.
David, I'm Rocky. Listen, first of all, I'd like to say that I resent all these cracks that you're making about homophobics, okay? I personally don't feel it's any of the heterosexuals that really have the problem, okay? Now, I don't understand homosexuality,
Right.
but by golly, if you don't want us blasting you, I don't expect you to be blasting us.
Yeah,
You know what? Hold on a second.
Now, no,
I
wait,
agree
wait,
with
wait.
you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
Okay, now I don't, I don't, well, if I can continue before my question.
We gotta hurry here.
Okay, if I just, I don't understand the comprehension of one guy looking at another guy and saying, geez, I gotta have it. But getting to the military.
Okay, go ahead.
Getting to the military, okay? If a woman is set up with a whole bunch of guys, okay, the woman might feel uncomfortable because the guy is going to continually come on to them.
Right.
Now, what's to say that these other guys, the straight males in the Army or Navy or whatever, aren't going to feel just as uncomfortable?
Okay,
answer
because that hasn't happened so far with the people that are in there right now.
But if it opens
There's
up, it
people in
may
there.
very well
the
happen.
people that are gay in the military, believe me, everybody in their platoon already knows about it, and it is not an issue. The people that are making the issue is these people that are chief of staff.
Well, how do you?
I've been on a military base many times.
How do you explain the fact?
Okay.
How do you explain the fact that every general, every admiral, every
Like I said, they're homophobic. I can't say.
Oh,
they're
get outta here.
homophobic idiots.